Hello, I'm Franco Harris, and I have one question. Are you ready to vote? I'm gonna check in with my friend Patrick. Hey, Patrick.
What's going on, Franco?
Are you ready to vote?
You know I am, man.
What's your game plan?
Well, I requested a mail-in ballot, and it finally got here yesterday, so I've got it filled out and ready to go.
You have to make sure you fill it out right. If you don't fill it out right, they're gonna throw a flag, and your vote's not gonna count. So what's your next step?
Yeah, I thought about taking it to my polling place on election day and voting in person.
You know, that could be legit, but you know that you have to bring everything, both envelopes.
And so I bring everything that I have, like everything that came in the mail to me, I'll just take it all to the polling place.
Everything that came in the mail, then you'll be able to vote at your polling place.
You know, I'm just going to drop it off at the election office instead, I think.
You know what? That's a good move. I like those moves. And then they'll send you a follow-up email to confirm that they got it. Way to go, Patrick. You get all your teammates, all your family and friends to get out there and vote also.
Franco, if you're going to take the time to call me to remind me to vote, I have to call everybody I know.
One vote makes a difference. That could be your vote, it could be my vote. So let's all get out there and vote.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome to Alone Together Pittsburgh. I am your host, Patrick Jordan. We are here in episode, I believe it's 107, rounding out week 33 of our little pandemic talk show. We've been coming at you ever since the shelter-in-place order came down, and we are still here bringing it to you. So thank you for welcoming us in your homes and mobile devices. I know you got a lot of things going on right now. Everyone's not as at home as they were when we started, but This is it. Here we are. Yes, that was Franco Harris at the start of this. You might have noticed the background behind me. That was a little spot that I did with the man himself, Franco Harris. Yeah, there's an election coming up tomorrow, but not tomorrow, on Tuesday. But we're not going to try to stress on that tonight. We're going to talk about some other things. A couple of things for you right now. You'll notice that this is our Venmo tickering across the screen here below us. If you have the means to kick in a couple of bucks to support the artists involved with the show, we would greatly appreciate it. It's @TogetherPGH. So if you go to Venmo, if you only have a PayPal, you can get our links to everything at togetherpgh.com, which is our website. So that's it. There's a lot of stuff been going on, but we have polls to talk about, a little bit more housekeeping. But before we get into it, I want Dave to tell us about the Engine House 25 Winery Jagoff bracket poll. The overnight poll was an embarrassing doozer. Dave, tell me about it. Tell the people at home.
There's no good way. There is no good way to examine this. Two of my favorite people, like my parents or my children. BATPAT versus PHATMANDEE was the overnight. I don't know who thought of putting this together. It was the Deus Ex Machina of the Jagoff. Let's look at the final results.
Okay. You're looking at them.
And there we have it. With 52%.
No.
BATPAT. It's not you, Patrick. It is the Batman variant of you, the Dark Knight Rises version, has defeated PHATMANDEE in a showdown that I never would have expected. Again,
I did not expect this either. I actually I endorsed PHATMANDEE on Facebook to get the votes because this is obviously a joke. Yeah, those 3 or 4 lines that I had in The Dark Knight Rises is totally not even close to the amazing career that PHATMANDEE continues to have, and internationally, I might add at that. But okay,
it was so close, and it hurts.
It hurts because this was a bad joke that has gone. It has gone too long. In May, I believe on my birthday, there was a joke thrown into the Lil Jagoff poll, and it was me versus me and Batman, and me and Batman destroyed the real me because people have a sick sense of humor. So anyway, so that sucks.
So you advance, Patrick. Those are the rules. It's as though the Jagoff has gained its own sentience. It's sprouted wings, and it's a big vampire monster.
We're not in control of the pairings at all. You can go to togetherpgh.com/vote, and you can look at the full 64 bracket and how it has progressed, and so you'll know every matchup that is coming from this point forward. It will be coming to an end, thank the Lord, in about 2 weeks' time, maybe a week and a half's time. So within the next 5 or 6 episodes, the Engine House 25 Jagoff poll will be done. But before we talk any more about this, I want to tell you about the sponsor of the EngineHouse25.com Jagoff poll. Go to EH25.com, Engine House 25 Winery. It is a fantastic winery. It is right where the Strip District meets Lawrenceville. If you go to EH25.com, you will find out the wide selection that they have of fantastic wine. They get the grapes from Napa, Chile, and everywhere in between. They also are doing curbside. They're doing free delivery during the pandemic. They're continuing to do that. And if you tell them that you found out about EH25 from Alone Together Pittsburgh, you'll receive $5 off per bottle. They have a ton of different reds. They also have a Sauvignon Blanc. They have a Chardonnay. I happen to be having the Sauvignon Blanc right now. So get in there, folks. Go to EH25.com, and it's right there where it's in the Roberto Clemente Museum. So you've seen the mural coming up Penn Avenue. So get on that. Here's to you, Engine House 25. Thank you. But they also are sponsoring the Lil Jagoff in-show poll. And if you watched us last night, we threw out about 5 or 6 of them at you. We are going to do the same. We are going to get in the holiday spirit, the holiday of Halloween spirit. Dave, tell him the first one.
You ready for this one? Boom. Yesterday was a nightmare. A literal nightmare. And here comes some more nightmares for you.
Oh, God.
Look at this. Costumes. Homemade costumes versus other homemade costumes versus regular costumes. You got a guy with a homemade costume. He shows up. And then you got a guy who goes to the store. He spent a bunch of money. Who's better? You're like, oh, that's cute. It's like a homemade R2-D2. Looks like crap, but it's kind of cute. And the other one's like, oh, you went to Target. Ooh, good for you. So there you go. Homemade costumes versus bought at the store costumes. Where are you going to vote on this one? This is one of many coming at you, Jagoffs, in show tonight.
I wish I had. All right, get to voting right now, because only you get to vote. The people who watch the show later and listen to the podcast audio-only version of the show tomorrow do not get to vote on this. Get that going. I'm trying to think. Dave, Pete, did you guys have homemade costumes when you were kids? I mean, tell me about this.
You know it. I had a Pac-Man. It was made out of cardboard. It looked like crap, but I was psyched about it.
Pete?
I don't think I ever got a store-bought costume. Maybe when I was, this big. Maybe when I was R2-D2 size. But yeah,
nice.
Homemade all the way.
I did the bulk of my childhood was homemade costumes. There's one I wish I had a picture of right now handy, but I was the Incredible Hulk. I believe I was in nursery school, and my mother, I remember she spray painted a pair of shoes that were a little too small for me, green, and stuffed like paper towels into a shirt, painted me green, and gave me an orange wig, or not a wig, a purple wig. And I believe I stayed in character the whole day as the Hulk. So thanks. Is
that how your acting career took off, Patrick?
That was the place where it started. It all started when I was like, I'm going to stay in character. I'm not going to break. I was method in the 80s. I was So that was it. I believe there might have been some other ones, but that one jumps out at me from the homemade tip.
I hear Dave's strictly store bought.
No, I don't think Mrs.
Where did you get that? What are you talking? I had a homemade Ghostbusters costume made out of. My dad helped me. It was made out of styrofoam. The spray paint was melting. Everything smelled like chemicals. You know what I mean? It was awesome. Always homemade.
Nothing
Every day.
Putting a kid in some melting styrofoam.
I loved it.
All right.
I was the belle of the ball.
That might explain how we all ended up here.
That's pretty much it. All right, so this is good, but real quick on a slightly serious note, I forgot to say, the COVID numbers in Allegheny County today were in the 170s. There were 200. There were 200 2 days ago. Then they were like 149 and that. So we're trending in the wrong direction. So everyone, please remember, I didn't do my little PSA. Please wear your mask. Keep social distancing. Anything to add to that, Pete?
Oh, speaking of COVID numbers, I had my first experience getting one of those tests today.
Oh yeah.
Just as a precautionary measure, but they
Did you do the drive-through?
Like up in there. Yeah, we did the drive-through. You go to the Rite Aid. I think we went to Butler. Mm-hmm. It was a scary drive up there. I know it's Halloween season, but it was scary for other reasons.
It wasn't skeletons and cemeteries in people's front yard and ghosts and stuff. It was other kinds of things in the yards.
Yeah. It's very scary. Very sketchy.
So did you, when you went to the Butler Rite Aid, did you have to schedule that or did you just go?
Yeah, I scheduled it online. I could look up. I can't remember the name of the company, but basically it was free. I think they take donation based. I'll find out in 2 to 3 days. But it was pretty quick. My wife had an appointment for 5:30. I had an appointment for 6:15. They took us both at the same time, no problems. They gave us directions like shove it up further, shove it up
Really?
further.
So they hand you the gear and you do it. They don't administer. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
and you never get out of your car.
No, you stay in your car. They slide the door open. And then they're over a microphone and they tell you the lady's like, shove it up further, shove it up further, wiggle it around. Then
and then you're good. And then it's 24 to 48 hours or something, right?
Have you taken one?
Yeah.
Did you do it yourself or did you have someone administer?
Nah, I did it. Yeah, you had to do it yourself.
I told my daughter we took her to get one this afternoon. Actually, we took her to the South Side.
Mm-hmm.
What's the
on Mary Street?
Yeah, Josephine or something.
Yeah.
They set up the parking lot in the back. It's actually really nice. You pull in. There's a concierge. He sends you in line, and then they come over. And I told my daughter, I was like, they're gonna jab you twice in the nose.
Oh my God, you're horrible.
I'm terrible. I'm terrible.
And your daughter's 11, so it's
they're gonna jab you in the face twice.
You're horrible. It's like, but that's all right. But I mean, hopefully it all comes back. Hopefully it all comes back good. But things are, and good for you for going to get a test. You know what I mean? Just in case, kind of a thing. Because, I mean, more people need to do it. I mean, there's the numbers are going up nationwide. We had our biggest day like ever. Not just Allegheny County. I'm talking about nationally. It's crazy. I was watching. I was talking about this earlier on the pre-show. There was a chart that it had all of North America and South America, and it was just like COVID pings in red, and it was like straight across the border of the United States and Canada, and it was just all red below, and it was all black above. That they basically got that kind of under control right now. We're a mess. So we can control. I mean, I try to focus on Allegheny County and just talking to people let's just Pittsburghers, Allegheny County, just keep the mask, keep the distancing.
Keep your penises in, man. Just
yeah.
It's getting cold out. Keep your penis in.
And we'll talk about that. There's no way Dave has that graphic at the ready today, so
he's just MFing me behind the scenes right now.
But we do have a fantastic show for you tonight. Natalie Bencivenga has a fantastic, really important 5 minutes with. Dave Bracey is going to be talking about local brews. And then later in the show, we have Tommy Amoeba. We have a video from Tommy Amoeba, and we were surprised that we were going to have the man himself get us into the Halloween spirit and get us ready for that. Before we get to our first guest, though, I want to talk about some guests from a week ago when we did our Ghouls for Good thing, which is still live. So if you want to kick in to the Act Blue through our Ghouls for Good, just go to ghoulsforgood.com with the number 4 and get that going. But Patricia Tallman was on the show last Friday, and she's got an event happening tomorrow that we're going to run a Night of the Living Dead 90 watch party with Billy Bentley himself. So let's
Billy
run Butler. Yeah, Butler. Yeah, he drives a Bentley.
I didn't know that.
I don't know. I made that up. Billy Butler, the man who's been killed on screen by the icons, the titans of horror, star of 90, Night of the Living Dead 90. They've got a little event happening up, and we're going to run the trailer for it whenever Dave is ready. So sign up at b5events.com. It is free. William Butler and Patricia Tallman will. I guarantee it'll be a good time, and there's going to be a cool prize. So check that out as well. So that said, I think we should roll to our first guest. What do you think, Pete?
Sure.
Unless there's something else about the in-show voting that we should talk about.
I mean, we could do that. I was just going to comment on Gina Mungo's comment.
Gina Mungo has a comment? I didn't see the comment.
It just came in. Maybe it's the nasally tone of our voice.
Oh my God. I'm wondering. That's fascinating. I would like to see what the, you know, because if my voice texting is any consolation of what this could be, any indication, not consolation, but
terrible.
it's all the above. My voice texting is terrible, and it comes across, and I press send without proofing. It's the worst. So anyway, also if you guys are seeing anything as we're going here, I'm sorry, Pepper's yelling and everybody's talking. Just hit us with a comment in the section. Tell us about your favorite, your homemade Halloween costumes, anything like that, or where you fall into the store-bought or whatever, because we're going to have another poll coming up right on the other side of 5 Minutes with Natalie Bencivenga.
Yeah, this one's out of control already.
Oh, really? People are voting?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, keep your vote going. And we got a new one coming at you. Gina never laughed at the show before, but now in closed captioning, we're hilarious. All right. So, all right. Without further ado, we'll let Gina be the last word for this section, and we will throw this one to everybody's favorite Friday night segment, 5 Minutes with Natalie Bencivenga.
Hey everyone, I'm Natalie Bencivenga, host of 5 Minutes With. And this week I have the honor of having two very special guests with me, Miss Dannielle Brown and Julius Boatwright. Thank you so much for being here. And, you know, there's been a lot of news the past 8 months, 10 months, 12 months around police brutality in particular. And that was really what amplified and sort of sparked the Black Lives Matter movement that heated up this summer. But sometimes I think we forget that these movements actually involve real people, and these people have real stories. And Ms. Dannielle, I'd really love it if you could share with the Alone Together audience a little bit about your story and journey as it pertains to social justice.
All right, thank you for having me. You know, my story centers around having a beautiful son who I sent to college to get an education, and unfortunate events that involve law enforcement made it that my son returned to me in a casket. And so it's not a movement that I went looking for, it's a movement that called me. And my son leaving this earth at the hands of 4 people in a college dorm room, no body cameras, their narrative against my son's narrative, and the events of how he went out of 16th floor window by picking up a chair, hitting the window, putting the chair back down, and going out the window. And 4 people in that room, adults, professionals, could not keep my son safe. So, of course, this mother would pick up a rocking chair, leave her home in Washington, D.C., in search of answers here in Pittsburgh, which led me to Freedom Corner, which led me to taking up part-time residence here in Pittsburgh, which led me to meeting Julius Boatwright and Still Smiles, which led me to the podcast.
Which
and
led
that's
me
how
to
I
the
came.
movement.
Moving to the movement.
Welcome to
But the movement was always there.
Right. And you've also been on a hunger strike as well.
Yeah.
And that's going on 117 days, which I've read might be the longest anyone's ever, that it's been recorded that's ever done that. Can you talk a little bit about why you decided to do that and the commitment that you feel to doing that?
You know, I kind of find myself in these situations. Mm-hmm. I was heading to Pittsburgh. I stopped to get something to eat because I realized I didn't eat I couldn't remember when the last time I ate. So it had to be maybe more than 24 hours. I get a slice of pizza. I take a bite of it and I couldn't swallow it. Mm-hmm. So I threw it away. And it was at that moment that I said, I understand. I hungered for justice. And that was day 1, 4th of July, of me embarking on this hunger strike. Because what led me to Pittsburgh was the fact that I couldn't breathe. When I saw that video of George Floyd with the knee on the neck, it symbolized how I felt for the last almost 2 years before I decided to come to Pittsburgh. I literally felt suffocating because I didn't know what happened to my child. So the moment I did something, hopped in that car, the moment I threw that pizza away, the moment I sat outside for 2 days and didn't let anyone know I was there, rocking in a chair, trying to understand my why and my reason for being in Pittsburgh, what it is that I was hoping to get, that's when 3 demands were birthed. I'm sure you heard of those 3 demands. You know, first demand was access to conduct an independent investigation without any stipulations. I wanted to have same access to information as the school reported having done an independent investigation. Let's reciprocity the information. The second one was body cameras. I was not going to leave Pittsburgh until I made sure that university equipped their officers with body cameras, so it can no longer be another mother in the situation I was in, where it's their narrative against my deceased son. And then, of course, the third one centered around crisis intervention training. How fit were these officers? You know, did they have mental health crisis intervention de-escalation skills? I needed to understand that.
And Julius, when you heard of Miss Dannielle's story, I'm sure being a mental health professional yourself, this probably rang very true and sort of created this web, in a sense, of all of the other cases that are going on in the country around the Black Lives Matter movement and this collective grief, this collective pain. And from a mental health perspective, what were you feeling and thinking when you had heard about Miss Dannielle?
Well, first off, I was really anxious. There were a lot of people who reached out who said, "Have you had a chance to speak with Miss Dannielle?" And I hadn't, because I wanted to be really mindful about where she was and her experience and her grieving process. And the moment that we spoke, it was evident that this moment in time was preordained for us to be able to connect and to be able to walk in unison on this journey together. So when we talk about policing and Black mental health and social justice, it's really from a deep spiritual place, and we try to move that toward practical action steps that everyone can take. You can activate yourself in whatever way you feel comfortable with. And Miss Dannielle and I have been really focused on helping people to get activated and stay activated.
And that's really the work of Still Smiling too, right? Connecting people to these resources and creating those bridges of support. And when I heard that the two of you were working together on a podcast, I said, of course they are. This makes total sense to me. I mean, you have these two incredible people with these stories and these experiences that really have something to say. And so can you tell people a little bit about On Tilt, Ms. Dannielle, and why you wanted to work with Julius on this project?
You know, we were just talking, and our chemistry was just incredible when we were, you know, speaking about the issues that were going on in the community. And then we started talking about, you know, not only in the community, but how this relate to a global, if you will, a global pandemic. So we talked about, you know, how just everyone seems to be on tilt. And I kind of took it from a poker game. You know, we have, as people in our race, we have this face, you know, when we get ready to play, you know, our poker face. But for real, we're breaking down on the inside. You know, we have all of this trauma going on and around us in our race and no answers. But yet we still have to operate. We still have to keep our game face on. We still have to survive. We still have that poker face. So, but yet, do anyone really know that we're on tilt? We're one breath from breaking, you know? So we kind of liked that title. We was like, yeah, You know, we're on tilt. All of this can go either way. And I think that was the beginning of the birth of On Tilt, and how we would like together to address some of the issues that are going on in the mental health community and policing, and why consistently with everything else going on, our Black people are still having these interactions and losing their lives.
And Julius, for you, why is the experience of doing this podcast in this moment, with everything else that is going on in the world, why is this sort of the perfect storm for this moment for you?
It's at a point now where we're starting to see, when we talk about the tilt, right, and the balance, now people are really having conversations about what reimagining public safety and policing look like. So we talk about crisis intervention models and having the community really own those models, and having peers from the community who are trained and social workers to show up now. It's really becoming something that seems like it's a reality. It's already happening in a number of different states. So you couple that with folks who are demonstrating and really being intentional about their focus and the action behind the demonstration. I think we're at a pivotal point where we'll start to see some of these changes happening when it comes to policing, the policy, in the way that law enforcement engage with people who are in need of support, particularly Black people.
I think that makes total sense. And as we wrap up this slightly more than 5 minutes with Ms. Dannielle, I just wanted you to have a moment to share with people what you want them to remember about your son, Jalen, and what your hopes are for the future.
You know, my son was an asset to this life, and he was taken too soon and unnecessarily. I would like for people to understand, you know, policing looks what it looks like in environments. You have policing on the street, but you also have policing in places like college universities. And it doesn't matter. You know, we have a system that needs to be addressed. And we need to address this system, the systematic issues around policing that is harming our Black people, which I belong and Julius belong in that race. And we want to be kept safe, whether we are in the street or whether we attend a university. Our lives matter. And it's time for people to understand that mental health is real. Crisis situations are real. We are real, but it should not cost us our lives.
Thank you so much, both of you, for taking this time to share your stories. I know people are going to really be interested in On Tilt. I know I can't wait to tune in. I think that you're both just, you know, change makers, and I'm just honored to have this time with you. So thank you for spending 5 minutes with me.
I think it's your best one, Natalie.
She
She's
blew me away. She blew me away.
They're both incredible, but
yeah.
Real quick, there's actually, we put up her Cash App. If you have the Cash App to kick in money, it is $DANNIEX, the number 2. To that, if you do not, the money would go directly to Miss Dannielle. And if you do not have Cash App, we're going to take any money that you give to on our Venmo at Together PGH tonight. It'll go directly to her. So anything you want to kick, if you want to kick into our Venmo or our PayPal, anything that comes in, we'll give directly to her Cash App for you. So that aside, yeah, amazing interview. I mean, just to see something distilled, calm, and just laid out and kind of pure like that. I mean, it got me.
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect because I've never had the privilege of meeting her before. And Julius had told me, oh, when you meet her, she's like a mama. She's like this warm, kind, soft-spoken person. And she was all of those things and more, but she's this woman on a mission to bring attention to the death of her son and to help prevent this from happening to someone else's child. And we filmed that 2 days ago. So now she's on day 119.
She's still on this hunger strike.
Yeah.
Just trying to find answers.
Yeah. And she spoke very candidly off camera as well about how, committed she is, even if it means that, she could end up losing her own life in order to get the answers that she needs. And I just hope that maybe the powers that be that could meet with her or discuss real change that could support the things that she's asking for do so, and I'm not sure why they haven't. So
yeah, I know it took a long time for her to even get very little place at the table.
Yeah. And I think it just speaks to that larger narrative of, why people are saying Black Lives Matter, because I think if this was a white mother, I think there would have been a different set of circumstances and outcomes for her than it being Miss Dannielle. And that's just not fair and that's not right. And she deserves to have justice and peace for her and Jalen, her son. So I appreciated the opportunity to go a little longer with them this week and dig in.
Oh my God. If you want to do part 2 next week,
yeah.
just let us know. And Julius is amazing as well.
Yeah, and I love Julius, and I had him on. He was one of my very first guests for 5 minutes. Every time I do something new, I'm always like, hey, Julius, you want to do something with me? And he's always like, sure. So he's awesome, and I've been wanting to have him on again. And the fact that they've connected to do this podcast together and that they're working with One Hood Media that's helping them as a platform, which, of course, is such a perfect fit, I think. It's just such a great idea. And unfortunately, there's just so much to talk about when it comes to the intersection of police brutality and the Black Lives Matter movement that I'm sure they probably won't, unfortunately, have topics to run out of. But it was really interesting just getting to sort of be with both of them and just see the evolution of what they're both working on and how they are trying to create positive change from their different vantage points. So it was an honor.
Just, amazing. It was wonderful to just to have him on the show.
Yeah.
To shift gears slightly.
Yeah.
A homemade Halloween costume or a store-bought, Natalie? Let's try to lighten the mood.
Oh yeah, homemade all the way. My mom, she was actually she's an amazing sewer, and my grandmother was too. And I think my mom learned it from her. So all of our costumes were homemade. I went as Catwoman one year when Michelle Pfeiffer played her. I was like 9 or 10 years old. I wasn't allowed to see the movie, but I saw the poster, and of course I had to be Catwoman,
That's all it took.
That's all it took. And Undead Bride one year, I wore my mom's wedding gown, and like we did it all.
How old were you when this happened? Were you very short?
Like 10.
Was your mother very short?
She pinned it up, and it was a mess. It was always so much fun.
I tell you what we're gonna do. Well, before we let you go, let's keep you around here for the results. Okay. Dave, what are the results? Let's see who is the winner of the homemade costume versus other costume, a store-bought versus Halloween. And maybe you could rattle, after we give the winner of that, you can rattle off the next one.
I'm here.
Yeah, you are. We see you.
I'm screen sharing. It's not on the screen, but I'll tell you, the costumes just ran away with it. Ran a freaking way with it. Homemade costumes, FTW.
Every time.
For the win.
That's good. But while Natalie's here, I think she should be here for the next one.
Okay. I'm game.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the next Jag-Off in-show right now happening. Votes are happening right now. We've got I don't even think this one's appropriate. It's the bedsheet ghost versus slutty anything. I don't think this plays any longer. Both of them are creepy in their own way. This show is going down the tubes. Anyway, have at it. Do what you got to do. I don't know what to make of this one. You know what I mean? I'll be the French maid, I guess, in this circumstance, and that's fine if I can take the heat for that.
That is a slutty French maid. All right, so I'm just giving
I don't
everybody.
think we can do that anymore.
You've got 5 minutes for this one. You've got less than 5 minutes because we're gonna go to the next one really quickly.
We can get through this one quick.
So let's get through this one quick. Let's get it out of the way. How do you fall in this one, Natalie?
Oh, slutty anything.
Okay, right on. All right, I have not been to a Halloween party this year, obviously, but online I have seen slutty COVID.
Oh no!
Like slutty with like the like a virus thing, which I think is not.
That one I can get behind. I can fully get behind that one.
Yeah, no, slutty anything. Come on, any excuse to tart it up for a night. I mean, why not?
All right, I like it. Okay, all right, you heard it here, folks. Natalie goes with slutty anything. You thought we were going there at the top of her segment? Yeah, this is how we ended it.
This is how we end it.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, cool.
Balance, people.
Well, Natalie, stay chill. Get through this crazy. Get through this week, and we'll see you. We'll see you next Friday, and we hope that we'll have a bright.
I'm sweating just thinking about it.
All right. Well, keep it together.
I'll try.
All right.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, Natalie. Fantastic 5 minutes with Natalie Bencivenga. Also, remember that Natalie is a nationally syndicated advice columnist, and you can ask questions at asknatalie@gmail.com. And you can also find her site there as well, and find out who's been asking her what questions. All right. That was crazy. So while you're voting there, get ready because the voting is going to end in about 2 minutes. But I want to tell you about one of our sponsors, Farm to Table. Okay, so Farm to Table, this is the season. I know it's decorative gourd season, but farmtotablepha.com is the website. Buy fresh, buy local. You can find on this website, you can find links to any farm that you want, who's doing farmers markets, how you get your CSAs, how you get it delivered to you. So go to Farm to Table PA. This is the time right now. You want to keep it local. Your farms, the economy is amazing, and it's hurting right now. So get on that right now. And the food is fresher. It tastes better. I mean, if you've been to a pumpkin patch and had an apple from the actual orchard, you're like, oh my God, a farm apple tastes so much different than other apples. Dave had a majestic rose apple the other day from a farmer's market. It sounded amazing. So what was the name of that apple?
I think it was called a royal. And when you bite into it, it bled human blood. And that's the coolest thing I've ever seen, man. That's a wild variety. You know what I mean? It's a Halloween apple.
Sounds good. Sounds good to me. So how are we doing with slutty anything versus the bedsheet ghost? Has anyone voted? Are we ready to move on to the next one?
Not ready to move on yet. I'm hearing that it's even Steven.
Right,
Give it a second to set in.
So get your votes in there right now. That said, I think now would be as good a time as any to bring out our next guest, another Friday, regular Friday contributor, Dave Bracey, to find out some local brews and more. If we got Dave with us, I would love to pick his brain. What's up, Dave? Got that mute going. There it is.
Is it hello? Can you hear me?
I can.
Nice. It was good with y'all.
How are you? It's a different background every week.
It is, man. I be drinking in strange places at times. You know what I mean? It's a weird life for Dave Bracey. I would not recommend it. This is not. I do not approve of random spots. This is a great fan, though, right? You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Did you enjoy the fan?
I'm enjoying the fan.
I enjoy the fan. You know what I mean? It's cooling. How have you been this week, man?
What's that? How have I been this week? I've been okay, man. I'm stressed, but I'm hanging together. I'm keeping it together. The usual stresses have been personified. So,
yeah, I spent a little time, not to, but not like that, but with your wife. I mean, but she's
what are you talking about?
Amazing. Shout out to Eileen and what she's doing for Fresh Fest and everything, and just in the scene, so first of all, shout out to Farm to Table, Aaron Hart, and what she does. Aaron Hart for mayor, one of the most prolific people on the planet. But I feel like second to that is Eileen. She knows everybody and all the things, and I don't envy you as her husband feeling as inferior as you, because every time I'm around her, I'm just like, man, it's greatness. You know what I mean?
Here's what's funny. You get used to it.
Yeah. you just settle in.
You just settle in the back. let her roll. She has an aura around her. You just stand over there and you hold her purse when you need to. You know what I mean? That's basically that's how it rolls sometimes.
So I got a little special little lineup over here.
Okay, tell me about
get
it.
into the booze and whatnot.
Okay.
First and foremost, I want to get into, because I've been looking for this for a while. So this is you can see this Maggie's Farm. Hold on, man, how the fuck does
just go the opposite? There you go, Maggie's Farm. Got it. Maggie's
Farm. This is a zombie. So for the folks that don't know, Maggie's Farm is down on the strip. It's is it the only rum? It's the only rum company in Pittsburgh, and they make award-winning rums.
Well,
and you can go down and get your rums and whatnot, but you can also get these to-go cocktails. And this is a zombie. This zombie has a lot of ingredients. I am slightly drunk, so I'm not going to try to read off all of these ingredients that are in it. But it's one of the best cocktails I've ever had in my life. Oh wow, they got the percentage on this bitch. 17.5% is what you're going to get out of it. None of that matters. What matters is the flavor. It's fruity. It's got coconut and island, Caribbean type things. It has 3 different types of rum from Maggie's Farm, and they got them in pounders, which they used to have like the little small cans, like the little bits. But now they got a pounder.
Pony bottle.
$20, not bad. $20 is gonna get you through your night. Like, I'm not gonna drink a whole can of this this zombie. So
it's the perfect name though for it. It sounds like.
If you drink a whole can of that, you will be a zombie. I guarantee. So moderation. We're all about moderation over here. You mean?
I understand.
So shout out to Maggie's Farm. And then I stopped down at PA Libations, down at the Strip. So Christian Simmons is one of these crazy business geniuses that found the loopholes in all the ways. And he opened up the first privately owned liquor store in PA, right? The state owns all the liquor. Any store that you go into, you get liquor, you got to go to the state. Christian Simmons went to a bunch of different local distilleries around the state and got them to give him licenses for their satellite locations, right? So he put all those licenses together into one building, and that's PA Libations on the Strip. So when you go into PA Libations, there's over 100 different distilleries that are there. And that's what you're walking into, is basically 100 different, legally, you're walking into 100 plus different distilleries. The beauty of that is it's all local, it's privately owned, and you get to sample any of the booze that's on the shelves there. Because, I mean, you're not at a liquor store, you're at a distillery, 100 plus distilleries. So shout out to those guys. They just opened up 1700. That's right down the street. And they focus on wine, a lot of local wines. And they actually have a space right next to it with all of the booze, all the liquor there. And they do all these little cocktails and whatnot. So if you want some cocktails, maybe a little bit of jazz in the background, or some wine that's local, 1700 on the Strip. I got some wine in cans.
Whoa.
Right? Like,
all right.
I mean, it's dangerous. But they got wine in cans. And I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I feel like if I'm going to drink wine, me personally, out of a can it just feels right.
It feels right. Okay, good. Because, so here's the deal. At my theater, we have a bar that's run by Superior Motors, which they're in the same building as us. So they run our bar. So they had wine in a can for one of the shows, and it was the same price as the regular wine, but you got more wine. You know what I mean? But people were freaking out. They didn't want it. Right? It was like a no. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I guess it was kind of like when people didn't want wine with without a cork. But people were like freaking out, like they didn't want wine in a can. They thought it was like some cheap, like they thought it was like lower than Bankers Club kind of a thing, like this old school kind of a vibe. And I'm like, this wine in the can is pretty good. I mean, if you it'll take the Pepsi challenge. You know, I mean, if you do a blind taste test with this thing, I mean, you'll be fine. But
I mean, you like the thing about packaging is that the industry understood, like they figured out, like, you know, it's cheaper. Like, you know, that same wine is coming out of the same barrels. It's coming out. I mean, it's the same feet mash those grapes. You know what I mean? Like, it's the same. You know, but like for the distiller or the winery, the vineyard, it's just cheaper packaging. And it's wild because I ain't gonna lie. When I first started, like when craft beer moved to cans, it was a thing, right? Like if it was in a can, it was inferior. If you were gonna get a superior beer, it either came in a growler, you know, a tap, or a bottle, right? It was glass. So when I first saw, like, Oscar Blues was the first beer that I had in a can that was craft, and I was like, I don't know. And even the label on it looked trash. I was like, man, what the fuck? But I cracked it open. I was like, wait, what? And after that, you know, there was this wave of cans all over the place, which is funny given this pandemic that we're on a can shortage. So your likelihood of seeing wine or any other beverage in a can, shit, you might not even be able to find Pepsi in a can in the next couple of years, given the shortage that's going on with the pandemic. But it's wild how our perceptions change from, you know, what is luxury. Glass used to be luxury, and now glass is a burden. But you know what? It soon might be the only thing that we have.
Life's a flat circle, Day.
It's the circle of life.
It's the circle of life. All right. So what else? What else you got for us? And
I happened to stop by Hot Farm today, and I got a little can. You see, you look at these cans. Yeah, I mean, I pity the fool that doesn't love a good canned beverage. But this is a West Coast style IPA. Well, it's a pale ale. So what's the difference between a pale ale and an IPA, bruh? I'm not the guy.
Yeast piss.
Yeast piss, and that's what yeast piss can is what that is. But Hot Farm, shout out to Malcolm. He just took over. He worked at a bunch of different spots. He actually worked for Big Beer, Little Beer, came from Fathead. He's now over here at Hot Farm, working over there, popping out some new things. Their lineup has been amazing here recently. You know, I don't know. We did the basil lime beer that they had a few weeks ago or whatever, but they've been cranking out some great shit. And
awesome.
You know, I picked up this pale ale, good to go. So you know, it's been a weird week. You know, fuck Donald Trump always as it is. But yeah, this is. I figured I would end a weird week with weird boozes, and I have not had this wine yet. And what I found, I just very excited about it.
I'm sorry, Amanda just said Diane Weistpiss instead of yeast piss. She just made magic happen. Hey, Amanda.
Shout out to Amanda, man. She's had a week herself. I saw. I follow her now, which is weird. Thank you for the show and introducing folks.
Cool.
But
it's what we're all about. Community, man.
This apparently this so math is important. Each of these cans, so 2 cans. So each can is 2 glasses of wine. 2 cans is a bottle apparently, and then a 4-pack is 2 bottles of wine.
Now, are you talking just alcohol content? Or are you talking about volume? Like
volume, bruh. Volume,
it's all about packaging. Like, have you ever had that? Like, if you get a drink in a certain glass and you're like, where's the rest of this? And then someone will take it and put it into your cup and you're like, oh shit, that is a different kind of thing. So that's how it is. All right. Okay.
So that 4-pack was about $30.
Okay. Right? But if you think about it, it's 2 bottles of wine.
It's 2 bottles of wine. Good wine.
Good
local wine.
Local wine at $15 a bottle of wine. That's a deal. That's a steal. That's the sale of the century. I don't know what you're talking about. That's it.
You know, it's wild, man. So so I don't know who your peoples were that were looking down on those canned products, but tell them, man, it's the environment.
They were fantastic people that purchased tickets to see my theater company perform day, and I will not speak ill of them. And I hope they come back.
I'm not dealing as you are, man. Those motherfuckers, get your palate up, man. Do not judge a book by its cover.
You only got 15 minutes max to get your drink and get your ass into the seat in the theater, and you can drink. Why wouldn't you want to drink a can in the show? Like, because we don't make you have like a sippy cup or anything. Like, you just take your drink into the theater with you at our place. So
with the small mouth, you can get up, like you could cheer, like you could be like shocked. You'd be like, oh my God. And
that's what I'm talking about.
You'd be like, oh, like, you know, like, cause I would imagine you as the artist that you are, you know what I mean? Like, you do some phenomenal shit, and they be like, oh my God, like, you can't, oh my God, with an open glass. That's a can situation.
That's where it is. And that happened. Okay. All right. So before we let you go, I want you to weigh in on 2 polls. Okay.
Word.
One. A bedsheet Halloween ghost costume versus a slutty anything costume.
Man, a ghost. Because the ghost, like, man, the slutty thing, like, first and foremost, I'm done slut shaming. Like, what is a slut? Who cares? Yeah,
it's not shaming. We're just saying, vote for it. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, the slut shaming, the slutty, you know, whatever, man. That shit. But a ghost, you know how, like, you really gotta sacrifice for a ghost sheet, because you're not buying a ghost sheet. You're sacrificing some shit that was on your bed, and you had to part with that. That's probably your favorite. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm sorry to say, slutty anything has beat bedsheet ghost by 1 vote.
It's trash. These are the same people that won't drink wine out of a can. I promise.
But Mandy, Fat Mandy just chimed in. Why is a bedsheet ghost not slutty? I think they're all slutty. They all could be. Okay, we'll call it that. All right. So moving on. Before I let you go, Day, I want you to be here for the next poll so you can vote on that, and then you can go off onto your weekend. Dave, tell them what it is.
I want to shout out Farm to Table, man. They've been doing fucking great things in the community out there. I know they were a sponsor, but Aaron Hart really be doing some great shit. So I just wanted to utilize my last little bit of time to say, yo, it was good with the peoples.
Thank you. She'll be back on Wednesday. Hey, Pep. Hey, I just got a thumbs up with an A from my 2-year-old. Dave.
What's good, man? Where's your hair at? Are you growing it back out? What's your hair situation like? What you been doing over there?
Who?
You, Dave.
You?
Me? Oh, I don't know. I thought I liked it when it was getting crazy. I cleaned it up for our top secret little, thing that we have coming. But now I'm ready to grow it back.
You cleaned it up like you enlisted monkeys to like help pick out the lice or some shit like that. Like
I got the best monkeys.
That's dope. What is that in the background over there? You got a little monitor?
That's us.
That's
my Commodore 64 that runs the show.
Dave, tell him the next one.
Ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. I'm working on it. Here it comes. All right. Boom. All right, your next one, we're talking about the old, you got to stick your candy. You got all this dang candy, you got to stick it in something. Where are you going to stick your damn candy? Oh my God, you got so much candy this freaking Halloween. Get a pillowcase out. Your parents love it when you take the pillowcase right off their bed. They got their bang ghost sheet. Next thing you know, you got the pillowcase off. Or you get that stupid pumpkin, the plastic pumpkin. I'll tell you right now, as a kid, I knew that goddamn plastic pumpkin didn't hold shit. Didn't hold a goddamn thing. Pillowcase every time, but don't let me sway you. It's your vote, Pittsburgh. Have at it.
You know, Dave, you are fair and balanced. You are impartial. You are
You know,
right
I'm just
down
trying
the
to get
middle.
Amanda's comment off the screen. It's the sweetest comment, but I can't. I'm like, I can't get it off the screen.
Finalizing, right? You can bang under the ghost sheet though, which takes the slutty
right.
thing to the next level. It's meta, so I'm glad we did that. All right, so
how many traumatized kids do you think over the years have had to walk around with, you know, the remnants of their parents on their face? I don't know. I ain't say it. She said it.
It's the circle of life.
Well, it's the circle of life, but I'm gonna say right now, I think it might be time that we put the bed sheet to bed and move on to the pillowcase. The pillowcase, keeping with linens. The
early results are in.
Oh my gosh, the pillowcase is rocking right now.
Murder.
Easy. It's easy. Like a pumpkin? Nobody want that bullshit. Nobody wants the pumpkin, man. You get made fun of, like, oh, you came here with a pumpkin, you old bougie ass motherfucker, like that.
You know, we've been talking about Halloween all week, right? This is Friday. We've been talking about Halloween every night, and every one of them was just kids getting picked on. Like, it was just like, you'll get your ass kicked if you have a plastic pumpkin, or like no matter what it was. Oh, you'll get your ass kicked if you walk around with that like honeybee candy. Or mallow wafers or whatever the hell they were. Like everything just kind of devolves to like everyone has this traumatized childhood where it's just the fear of getting your ass kicked or getting like made fun of. Just across, it's just like it's latent in everyone's mind.
Yeah, I used to punch a lot of people that had pumpkins. I was like, you look like you want to be punched. You just look like a person that just like is asking. You're asking. I'm not victim blaming. But if you walk around with a pumpkin, a plastic pumpkin, because like, I mean, it's wealth. That's wealth. Your parents had $1.75 to spare on a month. Like, yeah, I mean,
that would be an expensive plastic pumpkin from where I was shopping. But okay, you got $1.75. Give me your candy. Empty that in my pillowcase right now. Yes, that's slobber on it. That is actual slobber. It's yellow. It's gone yellow. It's crusted. It's crusted over. Anyway, all right, man. Dave Bracey, thank you so much. Go to freshfestdigifest.com. Check out anything. Hook up with Day on Instagram. It's a very entertaining Instagram to follow. The live vids especially. They start off like this. Am I on? Is this on? Oh, hey, what's up, everybody? I watched you today.
I don't know shit about technology, man. Yeah, I mean, but I do like to drink and talk shit. So I appreciate y'all for giving me the platform to do so, sir.
Hey, you got to do what you love. So thank you, and we will see you a week from Friday, and hopefully we're in a good mood.
Yeah, well, for sure, man. I mean, fuck Donald Trump and vote, man. Vote Tuesday. Get out there, man. Do it.
Hey, all right. Pepper approves. Thank you, Dave Bracey. All right. Dave, do we have any more polls before I bring out our next guest to get us in the mood? Pete, are there any more polls? Dave, polls.
I wasn't sure, so I brought Pete out.
Oh, good. Pete, are there any more? Are we going to let this one ride it out?
Do another one?
I don't know. You got one?
I don't know. You got one?
Hey, let's leave this out to you, the audience. You want another poll? We'll give you another poll. But let me tell you about Red Start Roasters. If you go to redstartroasters.com, they will, and you use the code TogetherPGH, you'll receive 10% off your order. And they are the only bird-friendly coffee roaster in the Pittsburgh area. It's so bird-friendly, you can get it at the aviary, redstartroasters.com. So, Pete, how would you feel if you got a bag of Red Start Roasters coffee in your Halloween trick-or-treat bag?
I'd be stoked, personally.
I know you would.
My daughter would be pissed.
All right.
So this is bullshit.
Okay. Do you wear the coat over the costume, or did you shiver? All right. There was Mandy's coming in with questions there. All right.
When you're dressed in the sheet with nothing underneath?
I guess. Hey, well, maybe we can get Mandy to pop on and ask us in person. But I think it's time that we go to our next guest. What do you think, Pete?
Sounds like a good idea to me.
Sounds good to me. Okay, so check this out. To get you in the Halloween mood, before we bring out the man himself, he sent us a little bit of a zombie video, right, to get you in the mood. So we're going to run this video from Tommy Amoeba himself, and then we'll get to talk to him on the other side of it. What?
Rumor from the booth says Dave's just what Dave.
I said out loud. I thought we were closing with that. I got my finger on. I'm ready to go.
Okay, great. No, never mind then. So I tell you what we should do is we should bring in. That's my bad. Everybody. I don't want to spoil it for you, but you got to stick around. But right now, let's bring him out right now. The man, the myth, the legend, Tommy Amoeba. Been waiting patiently, and it's Tommy Amoeba. Tommy, how are you?
Okay. How are you?
Well,
are you in the Halloween spirit?
I am. I have to change my glasses.
Those glasses are very, very impressive. Oh, is that a skull?
Yeah.
Those are skull glasses.
That's
digital.
what I wanted, and I went too far.
It's okay. I see it there. It's back. Pull back a little bit. Tilt up. I got numbers. There it is. Just stay right there. You're perfect.
Numbers. Jeez, I know it's never done this before.
Well, I'm glad that you were prepared and ready. And that skeleton, that skull up your sleeve.
It's kind of weird anyway. I kind of dig it.
Just let it ride, Tommy. Let it ride.
Yeah, I will. I will.
Your mic's back here.
Where? Over here. Okay.
Okay, so you're ready. I hear someone talking off screen with a beautiful voice.
Here.
All right. So Tommy,
yes,
I'd love to talk to you, but I mean, I was thinking maybe you would grace us with a song.
Okay, yeah. I have a song that I performed once in public when Dave was in my band, and we performed it at a Flux on Halloween up in my neighborhood here. Do you remember this, Dave? Dave, you there?
Allentown,
yeah.
honey.
In Allentown. The song is called "Ghosts of Love God," and I actually didn't perform it with the band. I performed it a cappella before the set, and yeah. Okay, there. Okay, and here it goes. I haven't performed it in a while, so. Ghosts of love that died haunt the mansions of my mind, and I just can't discover what there is to find. Ghosts of love long dead walk the houses in my head, and every time I move, I turn and face the dread. I'm always on the move. There's things I gotta prove. I've got to run and hide from ghosts of love that died. Ghosts of love that died are doomed to walk these halls, and though they are not happy, they can't escape at all. Ghosts of love long dead will be there in the end. And since you've gone away, the ghosts will be my friends. I'm always on the move. There's things I gotta prove. I've got to run and hide from ghosts of love that died. I'm always on the move. There's things I gotta prove. I've got to run and hide from ghosts of love that died. From ghosts of love that died.
I'm feeling that, Tommy. So good, Tommy Amoeba. Tommy,
Isn't he wonderful?
I wrote that.
He is wonderful. Who's that to your left?
Who's to my left? Oh.
Hey.
Oh, hey.
Hey, Mandy.
Hi, Mandy.
Hey. Don't mind me. I'm just the little jagoff that didn't.
Oh man.
No,
Oh, no.
If you look, the poll is 50-50. I didn't know it was still up. I just looked at it to see if it was true that I lost, and it's still going. So I don't.
People are still voting, so just keep voting, people.
I don't know what to say. There's more important things in the world than the little jagoff poll.
Bite your tongue.
telling you,
I'm going to agree with you wholeheartedly, and you'll find that out when you hear what the next one is that we announced at the end of the show tonight. But anyway, so guys, Tommy, you've got a heck of a get up on there, man. Is that just how you wear what you wear around the house, or?
No, I actually wore this get up on the zombie. I was a zombie pope.
Oh, a zombie pope.
This is a costume. This was actually the quote unquote reviled store bought costume, and it was kind of cheap at a dollar store. But I couldn't believe how wild it was. I've never seen anything like this before.
It's great, like, especially at a dollar store.
To snap up, you know. I'm definitely in the homemade Halloween costume camp. In fact, Tommy Amoeba was originally a homemade Halloween costume.
Oh, all right, that's good to hear. So not only, I mean, you get into Halloween though, right? So I heard you're into some pumpkin carving.
Oh yeah, we have pumpkin carving. Say that 10 times fast. At my sister's in Kennedy Township, and we brought my nephews, and we've been having this every year for the past like 5 or 6 years.
Something like that. Yeah, we brought the nephews over. Tommy's sister gets all the pumpkins, and this year, of course, we were outside and wearing masks, and we tried some new pumpkin carving technology. I sent Dave a couple like small video clips. I don't know if he wants to show the one of Tommy grinding away with the pumpkin with the drill, but it was pretty exciting to see him there with his power tools.
Well, I tell you, just if you're just reading the transcript of this, that's going to be an exciting sentence there. Just Tommy grinding away. with
we're big tools. Gourd fans. We're big hollow gourd fans here.
Oh, the hollow gourd fans. All right, it's decorative gourd season though, so I mean everyone needs to just be prepared for.
Yeah.
It goes the whole
Tommy
month.
addressed topical issues with his. If you show the final photos,
right. Did he
over today, there with Tommy, I'll let you guess for yourself what Tommy's is.
Did he need a topical solution? Oh wow!
Oh, here's Tommy's grinding with my nephew.
I can't believe how old your nephew's getting.
Yeah, that's not even the oldest one.
I know.
Yeah, that is.
No, that's Alex, honey.
Oh, that is Alex. You're right.
That's Alex.
Oliver is in college now.
I can't believe Oliver's in college.
He is. Yep. He got a full ride at California State University. But he's at home, of course, because they're smart.
Right.
They're smart.
Oh, that's sweet.
Oh wow, Tommy.
So there's Tommy pumpkin right there.
Yep.
That's a fine pumpkin.
Can you see what it is? Can you figure out what his
I
theme
figured
was?
out we need the bat signal because of COVID.
Well, you're close. It's
Tommy, you cursed me. You cursed me with your pumpkin. You knew I was going to be against BATPAT. How could you? Ooh.
No, it's COVID started with the bat. So there's the bat as the mouth, and then there's two little COVID viruses with
it's a timeline. It's a timeline.
Yes.
Oh wow! See, you know what? That is so meta. That's so real. Okay, because I was thinking you threw up the bat signal to cure the COVID, but in reality, where did it start? You know, bats.
Yes.
What came first, the bat or the COVID?
The bat.
Oh wow! Oh, maybe it was someone eating the bat.
Or did the Batman come to save us from the COVID?
Yeah. Now that would be very meta.
All right.
Yeah,
okay,
mine is not nearly so meta. I just made a face.
Let's see. Do we have a picture of it?
Yeah, I sent it to him. Yeah.
But it's
okay.
It's quite the wraparound face.
Yeah, that one's mine.
That's brilliant. I love that. That's like a Tim Burton pumpkin.
Yeah.
And I carved it on the bottom so that you don't have to put the candle in. You don't have to like get your hand all gross. You just put the candle on the thing. You lower the pumpkin onto it. I didn't cut off the top. I cut off the bottom.
That's thinking. Okay, that's cool because
And the drill was Tommy's sister's idea. She put like a cake batter beater into her husband's drill. And so Marcy put the cake batter beater into Terry's drill, and that's what we used to hollow out the pumpkin of the seeds very quickly.
Genius. Because it's a big brain over there. Like at my house, it's like that little knife they give you in the kit.
Yeah.
And then I get carpal tunnel and it's just hands and a spoon.
Yeah.
If you watch the beginning of the show, you saw one of the pumpkins from my house that came with the singing pumpkin plant.
I missed the singing pumpkin plant.
All right.
That was pretty sweet.
It was pretty sweet. It was pretty sweet. I could go get it live, but I don't want to.
Yeah, you're not in the frame. That's what I'm saying.
So do you just use a drill when you're doing the? I've never done that before. Is it just a drill bit?
Yeah, take the cake batter beater and put it into the drill where the drill bit goes, and tighten it, and then that just scoop out the whole side.
Nice.
Very
That's
quickly.
cool. I mean, I've seen those little electric knives. Oh wow. Yeah, that's
we
that's
brought
impressive.
it in for you. Yeah,
That's impressive.
and
Oh wow.
tried.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
That's
See,
gourd there.
we've carved 4 pumpkins so far.
Oh, there's our
and,
family pumpkins. That's all the family
yeah.
pumpkins. That's the whole family's worth of pumpkins.
That's a good family's worth of pumpkins.
They're
That's
not socially distanced.
No, the pumpkins are not. Yeah,
But the family was.
We didn't mask the pumpkins either. Yeah.
But I was proud to see the family was masked. Good on you guys.
Oh yeah, the
Keeping
family
it-
was masked the whole
Oh,
time,
yeah.
and outside. Yeah,
We were outside.
that's inside of the garage.
It's our first.
But the doors were open.
It was our first family gathering since COVID, I think, wasn't it?
Wow.
Yeah, it was our first big family gathering since COVID.
I'm glad you got it in before the weather turns too. You know what I mean? You
Yeah,
guys looks
yeah.
like you got a nice day
I don't
for
think
it
we
too.
can do that for Thanksgiving. I'm not sure how we're gonna.
Well, you never know, man. Pittsburgh weather.
Yeah.
It could snow on Halloween, and it could be 90 degrees on Thanksgiving. So you never know. But awesome. But I think we might have a little video of Tommy's.
Okay. Hey, do you guys have any pictures of your pumpkins other than the one you showed?
Well, just that video that I showed at the top of the show with the Gimme Gimme Candy singing pumpkin. My other ones are outside. One of them, okay, what I was starting to say before was one of them we put actual candles in just for an effect for the kid before we got the LED candles, the little candles.
Mm-hmm.
And what ended up happening was, like, one night I was like, this kind of smells these pumpkins don't smell so good in the house, because we had to bring them in because the squirrels eat them in our neighborhood. And what ended up happening is I was like, what's that in that one pumpkin? It looks crazy. It is all black, like fungus has grown. So it's like a foam where it's all the eyes and the mouth are all blacked out, and it's just like it looks like cotton candy or like a store-bought something, but it's actually some form of a mold, I'm guessing. So
That might have been the cure to
outside.
COVID. That might have been the Rona cure.
Well, it's on my front porch if anyone wants to take a shot at it.
Yeah.
You can have at it, and I'm happy to have assisted.
A chopped ingredient.
Well, I just got a test today because I was feeling paranoid, but
You got a test as well?
I did get a test today. Yeah, that's what I did
Pete
this morning.
did too.
Yeah. I heard. Yeah, that's why I brought it up. I wasn't going to mention it. Oh, is that a pumpkin?
That would be my pumpkin.
Wow.
Awesome.
That's lovely, Patrick.
That was freehand with one of those little tiny little knives. I couldn't use my hand for a while. Looking at this video, I should probably do some work on the nose. Maybe I should open up that nose a little bit. Okay.
I love it.
Ah.
I love it.
Anyway, so before we start, winding down here, do you guys have any? I mean, you guys are always working. Do you guys have any gigs coming up?
I do, actually. Tomorrow night, there's a new platform in town. Well, not in town, not in Pittsburgh. There's a new platform in the world, curated music platform called Sessions. And if you go to sessionslive.com, you'll see it's a curated musical artists from all over the world. And I auditioned for it. I auditioned for Sessions, and they accepted me. And so now if you download their app, let me come back. If you download their app, Oh, there's my pumpkin. The Sessions live app. Then you can watch musicians from all over the world. And I have a show tomorrow night on it at 8 p.m. So that will be my inaugural. I mean, like, I had all kind of crazy plans for, I had all kind of wonderful plans for Halloween. You know, we'd been talking to the Oaks back when the Rona started. Before Rona started, I've been talking to the Oaks, or possibly doing a house party at the fabulous Pinto Mansion. But since we're home, I decided anybody wants to hear my music, they should be able to on Halloween. And I'm going to do a set of creepy and weird jazz on Sessions tomorrow night, 8 p.m. It'll be my inaugural show.
Awesome.
So if you're not doing anything and you want to watch, I'll be there for about an hour.
Fantastic. Pete, you got anything?
Sorry, I was trying to get the link up on the website, or on the stream for Mandy's show. So.
Oh, you're so sweet. Yeah, it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice.
I'm sure it will be. Well, I want to thank you guys for being with us. We have a video of that Tommy has sent over to us with that outfit.
I'm so sorry.
Don't apologize, Tommy.
People should turn down the volume on their computers right now.
What?
We set off every dog. We set off every dog in the neighborhood making this.
Oh, serious?
Yeah. I thought
you can hear them in the.
Yeah.
You can hear them in the video.
I should probably, give them credit if I made credits.
Your guys' house looks amazing.
Oh. You should come over when it's not. We'll have a party here when it's all over.
I can't wait. I will be there. I'll be lined up. I'll be ready to go. So so while we're getting ready for that video,
this camera, I bought this new camera and it's
like the money shot.
It's
that's
right.
why
Dave.
The heat from the camera made this sticky.
I tell you what, before we go to this, we should call the in-show last vote and then say what the overnight is over for the weekend. And then we should show Tommy's video. What do you say, Dave? All right. So the pillowcase has defeated the plastic pumpkin. All right. I feel that. I'm not surprised. Now, Dave, tell him what the overnight is.
Ladies and gentlemen, the pain continues. At the top of the bracket, things are getting ugly. And by ugly, I mean fully coiffed and totally smoking hot. We got Bill Peduto's beard versus the cookie table. The cookie table at the wedding with all the cookies, or the beard. You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking don't eat cookies if you got a beard like that. You end up with a bunch of crumbs inside of your beard, Bill Peduto. Take that one to heart. Take it, Pittsburgh. Smoke this one for your holiday weekend. It's Bill Peduto's beard looking super hot. You know what? I just thought of my Halloween costume. It's going to be Bill Peduto's beard. Versus a cookie table. This is it. Do it.
Okay,
near the end.
It's the cookie table. It's the cookie table, folks. And it's Bill Peduto's beard. All right, these are iconic. I don't know how Bill Peduto's beard has been on a Cinderella story since this began. We never thought he'd get past Franco Harris's beard. And now
it's all that
here
wax.
we are.
It's just sliding through.
It is the cookie table, which is one of the more iconic things. People who don't watch the show every night were like, it's not a poll unless you have the cookie table. And I'm like, well, sir, it's been through 5 rounds already.
Put your money where your mouth is, cookie table fans.
There it is. It's all there. So you get to vote right now, togetherpgh.com/vote. Before we run this video, I want to remind everybody, if you can use that Cash App, the money is going to go to Dannielle Brown, or also any money that you kick into our Venmo at TogetherPGH, we're going to give to Dannielle Brown's Cash App as well. So that's it there. Also, be sure to vote. If you've got a mail-in ballot, don't mail it anymore. Hold on to that thing. You can still take it down to the elections office, I think, on Monday. If not, you can take it as a last resort to your polling place, the whole thing with the envelopes. They will soil the ballot, and they will let you vote. Or if you don't have any of them, you lost your thing, you can go fill out a provisional ballot because Pennsylvania might take longer anyway to count the votes. So do not sit this one out. Look at Pete's trading cards.
Trump, fuck Donald Trump. Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck Donald Trump. He's a fucking psychopathic member of Satan's forces, and I don't even believe in the devil because I'm a Jew.
Wow. You know what? That was actually more factually accurate than QAnon.
I mean, you got to think about it. I mean,
That's a low bar.
He's not.
Well, all right.
You gotta get him out of there. Gotta get him out of there.
Well, you heard it. You heard it here. We even got a special little song from Mandy herself tonight. I'm very excited.
If you're not careful, you'll close with one. You got to be careful.
Right. Well, before we do that, I want to run this zombie video to get everyone in the Halloween spirit and get them rolling. Dave, are we ready? Let's roll this bad boy.
Hey, no. What's he doing? Hey, no. Hey, no. The caustic's coming down a hill. Hey, no. Run away! Run away! Run away! Help! Help! Pumpkin seed, help! Pumpkin seed, help! Help! Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! Pumpkin seed, help! Help! Help, pumpkin, help! Help, pumpkin, help! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I just made the chili!
That's good. That's so good.
That's not a mistake. They got like 10 minutes of black afterwards.
Okay,
It's like the end of The
good.
Sopranos.
It's so good. It's so good. That was. It gets you. It gets you here, and it gets you right
That would
here.
have happened if you hadn't been good.
Hey, I came up with a joke.
It's your fault. Huh?
I got a joke.
Let's end with a joke.
Okay.
What did Obama
I don't know.
say
What
to
did
the
Obama
ghost?
say to the ghost?
Don't boo, vote. That's kind of an inside joke. That's like an inside joke for the people who are big on the Obama train for those, 8 to 12 years of
Showing my
Don't
age.
boo, vote. Don't show. It's okay, buddy. It's all right. It's a nostalgic time to think of. Anyway, all right. Okay, Dave, I was laughing hysterically from that video.
You like that cinematic prowess we put together for you?
By the way, the acting was amazing. The zombie walk Tommy was fantastic, but the shot of the chili made the whole thing for me.
Yeah.
Okay. Poor Pumpkin Seed.
Pumpkin Seed was barking at himself just now. Running around the house, he heard the barking, and he was barking in like a sibilant. He was vibrating at the same.
I understand. It was impressive. The dogs came. All right. Well, guys, we're coming to the end of the show here. It's 9:35 here on a Friday. I do not know what the world's gonna have for us for next Friday.
Oh, geez.
But there's Halloween tonight. This is Devil's Night tonight, right? Halloween's tomorrow, or is tomorrow Devil's Night? How's this working?
Tonight is Devil's Night.
All right.
If you're not a Jew and you believe in the devil, I believe in Donald Trump. He's the only devil I've ever seen.
I don't believe him.
But our poll is 50-50 right now. Are you sure BATPAT won? I mean, I know you called it, but
well, the poll closes at 5 or 10 till.
Okay.
It's yeah.
People are still voting. I don't know.
If people are still voting, let's look at the numbers. It's 535 to 527. I'm sorry.
It is what it is.
I'm so sorry.
But I was going to go down to somebody.
Well, yeah, by someone who had 2 lines in a movie that came out 8 years ago that nobody recognizes in said movie.
Mandy had quite a good run, though. I mean, Mandy, you were the
Kingslayer. You're the Kingslayer. I don't know how it happened, how it shook down tonight, but you've taken down everybody. And you set them up, you knock them down. But no one expected this tonight. But anyway,
we're going to get all the unexpected stuff out tonight and Tuesday and the days and weeks to follow. Will be what we do want, because the little jagoff. I will always be a big jagoff in my heart.
I will always think of you as a jagoff.
You will always be our big jagoff.
I'll be your fat jagoff. Oh God! I'm breaking all my stuff. Oh God!
Don't break it, but we got to wind this out. Any last words, Dave, Pete, Mandy, Tommy?
Somebody's got to go against Kurt Angle. It's not going to be pretty. Maybe you, Patrick.
It's not going to be me.
I could sing an uplifting blues song by Willie Dixon.
Sing us out, Mandy, and then Dave, just roll credits.
See you on the other side of the election.
See you on the other side of the election, folks. Don't forget to vote. Vote. Don't sit it out. I don't care if you lost your ballot. Go fill out a provisional ballot. Fill it out. Vote.
Vote.
Get your friends to vote. Get your family to vote. Get your family to not vote for the person that you think that they're going to vote for, and get them to vote for your person. All right. Thank you.
As long as your person is Biden. If you got a weak brain and narrow mind, the world is gonna leave you way behind. Your friends will deceive you, leave you crying. If you got a weak brain and a narrow mind, but if you've got a strong brain and your mind is smart, you're gonna have more friends. I messed up the words. I'm starting again. It was too high. I'm all worked up about the zombies. If you got a weak brain and in your mind, the world is gonna leave you way behind. Your friends will deceive you, leave you crying. If you've got a weak brain and a narrow mind, but if you've got a strong brain and your mind is smart, nothing in the world is gonna be too hard. You won't have no troubles or worries at all if you got a strong brain and your mind is smart. You know the strong overpower the weak. Well, we all know the smart overpower the strong, but it's the clever are the only ones enjoying the world, while the greedy take all and enjoy none. But if you've got a strong brain and your mind is broad, You're gonna have more friends than a train can hold. We're going to keep on going before others start. If you've got a strong brain and your mind is broad. Night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. Thank you all. Thank you, Mandy. Thank you, Tommy.
Thank you, Alone.
Natalie and Dave.
Thanks, Pete. Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Patrick. You're all beautiful. We love you. Everybody give your money to Mama Dannielle and support
Please
Black
do.
Lives Matter because they do.
Period.
Black
Full
and
stop.
brown lives matter every day, all the time, and I expect you to prove it. This week was a hard week. Next week will be harder, but I love you.
Love you all. Thank you all. Stay positive. Get out there. Do your thing. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Good job, Tommy.
How do I get this off? What is this thing? What?
Did that make me look fat, honey? Did that classic outfit, did the skull make me look fat? Huh? Oh, good. Hey, well. I know, Dave's trapped. Okay, we're still.
Well, hello.
be there for you. Till I ride at 25, they'll be there for you.